Plot summary of The Bean Trees by Barbara Kingsolver. The book's narrator starts by talking about her hometown in Pittman County, Kentucky. She says that all the people who live there are poor, have babies when they are young, and don't go to school. The narrator is haunted by a memory from her childhood of Newt Hardbine's father being thrown into the air by an exploding tire, and she vows to leave her hometown as soon as she can. Then the narrator says her name, which is Marietta. Marietta gets a job at the Pittman County Hospital after she finishes high school. One day, Newt Hardbine's wife comes in with a bullet wound. Both she and Newt were shot by Newt's father, who died. Marietta wants to leave Pittman even more, so she saves up money for an old car. Marietta drives her old car west as soon as she has enough money. She changes her name to Taylor after the first town she stops in to get petrol. 2 days later, Taylor meets an old woman near Cherokee Nation, Oklahoma, at a bar. The woman gives Taylor a baby she says is in danger and is in need of help. Not long after that, Taylor's car breaks down, leaving him stuck in Oklahoma. Taylor thinks it's fitting that she's stuck on Cherokee land because her great-grandfather was Cherokee. Then, Lou and Ruiz, a woman from Kentucky who lives in Tucson, Arizona, is introduced. Angel, Luann's husband, used to work for the rodeo until he hurt his leg. Their relationship is strained by this accident and Luann's pregnancy until Halloween, when Angel leaves Luann. Taylor has been living at the Broken Arrow Motel and cleaning rooms to pay for her room and board. She keeps taking care of the girl child, whom Taylor has named Turtle because of how tightly she holds on to things, like a mud turtle. Turtle's real family hurt her very badly, so she never speaks or smiles. Taylor keeps going west after the new year. She falls in love with the scenery in Arizona and decides to stay there. Taylor's tires go flat in Tucson, so she pulls into a store called Jesus is Lord Used Tires. The owner, a woman named Maddie, greets Taylor when she gets to Tucson and tells her how to take care of Turtle. Taylor decides to stay in Tucson, even though she doesn't know much about the way people live there. Luann's baby, Dwayne Ray, is now 1 month old. Luann's grandmother and mother, who came to Arizona to help Luann with the birth, are getting ready to leave. Luann and her family don't get along, but she doesn't want them to leave either. Angel agreed to move back in for the visit so that Luann's family wouldn't know that she would be a single parent. However, Luann's grandmother doesn't like Angel because she is prejudiced against both Mexicans and Catholics. As Luann's grandmother is getting ready to leave, she gives Luann a bottle of water from a creek near their house to baptize Dwayne Ray. Once Luann's family is gone, Angel pours the water down the drain. Taylor gets a job at a fast food place called Burger Derby, but she quits because the manager makes the workers pay to have their uniforms cleaned, and she doesn't think it's healthy to leave Turtle all day at a daycare center by herself. Taylor tries to find a new place to live and a new job. She finally finds Luann's ad looking for a flatmate. Taylor and Turtle move in with Luann and Dwayne Ray after the two women bond over their roots in Kentucky. Taylor then got a job at Maddie's tire shop and found out that Maddie also ran a safe house for Central American refugees. Taylor is afraid of tires, but Maddie helps her start to get over it. She also shows Taylor and Turtle her garden. During the day, Luann takes care of the kids and tries to get Turtle out of her shell. Taylor, on the other hand, feels bad that she seems to be taking on the role of father by bringing in money, while Luann is playing the role of mother. But they talk it out and become even better friends as a result. Taylor, Luann, and the kids go hiking with Maddie and Estevon and Esperanza, a young married couple from Guatemala who are also refugees. Estevon teaches English in Guatemala City, and everyone likes him because he is funny and always happy. Esperanza is more quiet, and she mostly watches Turtle. Turtle keeps getting better, and her first word was bean. Taylor decides to have Estevon and Esperanza over for dinner so they can watch Maddie on a TV show about immigration from Central America. She also invites Edna and Virgie May, who live next door, to join them. At the dinner, Virgie insults the immigrants, and Taylor realizes how unfair American culture is to people like Estevon. Estevon doesn't worry about it. He just tells a story with the lesson that we should look out for other people. Soon, Taylor finds out that her mother is going to remarry. This makes her angry and scared, because when Taylor was growing up, her mother was the biggest supporter of women's independence. The day they hear this, Taylor's makeshift family goes to the park, where Lewin thinks about Taylor's mother's wedding and how she first fell in love with Angel. Taylor, on the other hand, realizes that she loves Estevon but doesn't say anything. Edna and Virgie may come by while Turtle is playing in a patch of wisteria vines to tell Lewin that Angel is looking for her. Taylor is afraid that Lewin will bring Angel back, which would force her and Turtle to leave. Taylor will have to take a day off of work one day to take Turtle to the doctor. The doctor says that Turtle is healthy now, but X-rays show that she was abused in the past. The doctor says that Turtle is so small because she had failure to thrive because of the abuse, but that she seems to be doing better now. In the afternoon of the same day, Taylor goes to the zoo to meet Lewin. Lewin is also crying because Angel found her and told her that he is leaving for good to go to a rodeo in Montana. Taylor and Lewin find out by accident that Turtle's real name is April, but they decide to keep calling her Turtle. That night, Estevon comes over with the shocking news that Esperanza tried to kill herself. Taylor and Estevon talk about Estevon's past in Guatemala. They talk about why Esperanza and Estevon had to leave the country. Estevon says that during one raid, his and his wife's daughter Ismene was taken as a hostage, and he and his wife don't know where she is now. Taylor cries because there is so much wrong in the world, and she also has to deal with the fact that her crush on Estevon is not meant to be. The next morning, Estevon goes home to Esperanza, who has recovered. Now that Angel is gone for good, Lewin will soon start looking for a job. That afternoon, Taylor finds out at the grocery store that their neighbor Edna is blind. This shocks her and Lewin, but it doesn't change how they feel about the sweet older woman. In the meantime, Taylor tries to keep Esperanza from losing all hope, while Lewin is losing hope because her job interviews have been so bad and she hasn't gotten any jobs. But in May, Lewin gets a job at a factory that makes salsa. Edna starts to keep an eye on the kids all the time. Lewin tells Dwayne Ray one night after work that she has always been worried about him because she once had a dream that he wouldn't live past the year 2000. Taylor tries to make Lewin feel better about herself and calm her fears. Lewin's self-esteem has been rising since she got a job. But in June, Angel writes Lewin a letter asking her to move to Montana with him. Taylor thinks this will ruin all of Lewin's progress. Soon, it will rain for the first time this summer. Maddie takes Taylor, Estevon, and Esperanza out into the desert to see the storm and smell the greasewood. This makes Taylor feel like he can start over again. But when she gets home, she finds that Turtle was attacked in the park while she was in blind Edna's care, and she has gone back to her old, sleepy self. Taylor chases a bird out of the house instead of talking to the social worker because she doesn't think she deserves to be a mother anymore. The social worker starts to meet with Taylor and Turtle once a week to talk about Turtle's troubled past. However, when she tells CPS that Taylor does not have legal custody of Turtle, things get even more complicated. Taylor gets sad when she thinks that she and Turtle might have to be apart. Also, Estevon and Esperanza's lives are in danger because they can't find a safe way to get to an Oklahoma sanctuary where they will be safer. Taylor offers to drive them to Oklahoma so she can find out more about Turtle's family and get legal custody of Turtle. The night before Taylor and Turtle leave, Edna and Virgie show them a night-blooming cereus flower, which Taylor takes as a good sign. On the way to Oklahoma, Taylor learns more about Estevon's hard life as a Mayan Indian in Guatemala, and Esperanza and Turtle form a close relationship. The small group goes back to the bar where Taylor found Turtle, but the new owners don't know how to get in touch with anyone who might know Turtle's real family. Taylor doesn't know what to do next, so he takes them all on a short trip to the Lake of the Cherokees. On Cherokee land, in a beautiful natural setting, Taylor comes up with a plan to get custody of Turtle. Estevon and Esperanza agree to act as Turtle's real parents because most white people can't tell the difference between Mayan and Cherokee features. The social worker suggested that Taylor take them to a public notary, where Esperanza says goodbye to Turtle in a way that helps her let go of her grief over losing Ismene. The public notary approves this fake adoption, which makes Taylor Turtle's legal guardian. Taylor then takes Estevon and Esperanza to a new sanctuary in Oklahoma City where they can try to start a new family. Taylor finally calls her mother to tell her how happy she is that she got married. Then she calls Lewin and finds out that she has moved on from Angel and plans to stay with Taylor in Tucson. Taylor and Turtle finally feel safe and happy in their roles as mom and daughter as they drive home.
About the author. Barbara Kingsolver grew up in a rural part of Kentucky, where she fell in love with nature. She kept that love alive by studying biology at DePauw University and then at the University of Arizona before becoming a writer. Kingsolver's writing shows how much she cares about environmental projects. She thinks that writing about how important the natural world is the best way to help her community. Since 1988, Kingsolver has written 13 books. All of them have to do with people's place in the environment and their responsibility to serve and take care of the land. She has been called one of the most important writers of the 20th century by Writer's Digest, and in 2000 she was given the National Humanities Medal for her work in the arts. After living in Tucson for 20 years, Kingsolver now lives with her husband and 2 children on a farm in the Appalachian Mountains.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.